welcome back to No For Real podcast. This is Yasmeen.
And this is Thuraya.
I'm Elsie.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. How have you been? How's everything?
Great. Amazing. Honestly, I've been just hustling this whole week. But it's fine. I actually enjoyed my time during my hustles. I got visits, hangs out, spend some time. That is good too.
Yeah,
That's good. What about you, Elsie?
I have been resting this week. Like, I've literally just been going home right after work and chilling.
Don't say that.
What?
I'm jealous.
You'll do that.
But I
very
honestly
soon.
chill too, so I can't be too jealous.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was freaking great. I freaking needed that.
Hell
so.
yeah.
Good for
That's
you,
good.
baby.
Well, to me, I heard our first episode 10 times this week.
Honestly,
It
I
was
love the
so
length
good. I
because
loved it.
I was able to hear it like 3 different times.
Yeah. I was like literally on repeat at my job. I was like, that's
Eating
what we
it up.
said. That's what
Honestly,
we
it is
talked about.
fun.
Yeah, it was so fun. And then, like, we went from, like, so many different topics. And
But we always do. We just don't pay
True.
attention.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do talk about multiple topics within the same podcast,
Yeah.
episode.
But I remember I was looking for like a little video to post as a reel, and it was crazy because like I would like accidentally scroll like 5 minutes more, and it was like a completely different thing, and I was like, what's going on?
Hold on, we're
How
not
did we
talking about
get
the same
here?
thing. Exactly.
Yeah, it was fun to listen to. And I mean, I missed it, honestly.
Yeah.
We
Same.
all did.
We were so happy on Monday when
Yes,
it was like
literally.
posted.
Hallelujah. I
Okay.
couldn't believe it. Like, seriously,
Yeah.
woke up at it, and then I was like, wait, today is 8 a.m. means something today,
Yep.
Because, like, it did mean something for a long time. And then 8 a.m. on Monday did not mean anything for a long
Exactly.
time. And then it
Literally.
meant something.
Literally,
Like,
it didn't feel like the start of my week when we weren't posting.
Yes. Yes. I
So-
agree. I love it. I'm so
you're
glad we're back.
welcome. We made your Mondays much better now.
Mhm.
You have something to look forward to.
Yes.
Us too, by the way. We don't just make up your Monday. We make up our Mondays.
Literally.
Because we listen to it too. And we're like,
Yeah, I
okay,
know.
sure.
I was
Yeah.
watching it at work, and I was telling my coworker, I was like, "Yeah, I support myself."
I love that.
As you should.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Today we're talking about childhood.
Yep.
Like specifically our childhood.
Yes, not yours.
Who?
I mean,
who
you
are
can tell
we?
us about yours too.
In the comments. Seriously.
I'm just thinking of an English way to say who we were as kids. Is that right?
Yeah.
No, what? Okay. Who were y'all as kids?
Ooh, girl.
I just know one thing about me as a kid. I was a little bit mean. And I was a low-key bully.
Yes.
I remember that. And I used to give my mom such a hard time in life. Like, on purpose. I swear I remember that. Yeah.
That's every kid, I feel like.
And
But
then-
it was extra on yours.
Yes. And one of my cousins. Oh my God. I'm sure. I hope he doesn't still hate me. But like, I'm sure I caused him trauma in his childhood.
Pay for his therapy, please.
I feel like you should.
He never asked.
No, you should provide it, girl.
Oh, he's supposed to ask.
See, she's still traumatizing him till today.
Honestly, I asked him to hang out twice in Iraq. He never said anything.
Oh my God.
No, and he would go and hang out and post about it. And I'm in Iraq and he doesn't take me with him. So I think there's still something going on. Yeah,
Oh,
it's okay.
God.
But yeah, that's my childhood. That's
Well.
like the highlight.
I hope he heals from it soon.
Praying for you, brother.
Literally.
I think, okay, so like I had, how many cousins? I lived with 5 cousins. One of them is a baby, so it doesn't count. 4 cousins around the same age. The difference in age was like 3 years, 2 years. You know what I mean? And we grew up kind of all together. One of them did not have brother, a sister. He has the baby brother, but he got him later in life, We were kind of old. He's the one I'm talking about. Oh my God. Oh my God. He took shit from me,
Poor
from my
thing.
other cousins, because I had a brother. They were siblings, three kids siblings. And my sister was older than me and my brother in 5 years. She spent her whole life studying. That's why she's a doctor now. But like, she spent her whole life really studying. Even when we were playing, she was studying, because Iraq is really hard in school. And she never knew that we were going to leave Iraq. So like, for her to be a doctor, she has to study 24/7. Anyway, so it would be me, my brother, and my 3 other siblings against him. 5 kids against 1 all the time.
And you're asking why he doesn't want to
Exactly. I'm not asking. I know. I brought it up. I know. I'm not asking. I'm just wondering, is it that deep?
It is, girl.
I mean, if you look back and like think of a traumatic memory that you had as a child, do you still feel like it's deep or no?
No.
Oh.
Nothing is deep. As a child, I seriously hanged out with people that I used to hate as a child.
Oh no.
Like when I went to Iraq.
I take it to my grave. It will still be. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. If I'm traumatized from something, I'm never going back there.
You're still beefing with a 5-year-old version of someone.
One thing about me, I'll cut you off and never look back. So I don't care.
She
how
burned
old
that
we're-
bridge, remember?
Literally.
Oh
She
my God.
burns
Cut
bridges.
you off, burn the hell out of the bridge, and
Never look
come
back.
Never. Not even after 50 years. I'll never look back. So.
Yeah, but that was his life. That's why I understand
Yeah.
if there is still something. And it kept going for like good entire childhood life, you know?
Yeah.
Till we left Iraq and he was like, hallelujah.
Thank God.
Honestly, I think his life started, restarted. He's like, oh my God, thank God.
Because, yeah, imagine if you're at a school and then the bullies just like leave the school. You're like, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
My
I want to be
life
the
just got
popular
100
kid
times
up in here and live my life.
Yeah.
So
He was never left alone.
So we can say that his childhood was not good.
yeah.
And mostly it was because I didn't see him work as hard as us as kids. Like if we're cleaning the pool, he's not working as hard.
Okay.
He's just slacking.
So you're saying he deserved it.
Exactly. When we were kids, he kind of deserved that.
Stop it. Oh my God.
And she said she was only mean as a kid.
Now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, how did it start? Like, why did we give him so much
Because
slack?
he was
You know,
slacking?
yeah, he was slacking. We gave him so much, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hate.
I get it. It's kind of like so I had 2 brothers. So like if my mom didn't give us like equal parts, I would be mad at the one that had
Did
like
not
the
have
most,
a lot,
you
yes.
know? So if he had the most and I didn't have a lot, like, you know,
Yes.
it was a fight.
Yes, it was.
So it's kind of the similar.
Yes. That's how it really all started. Like every drama that I'm thinking about, it started when it was us, like as his cousins, doing more work than him, and then we're looking back, and then we're like, okay, it's fight time. I'm serious. It was crazy. It was yelling. The whole house and you. The whole house and you were fighting. My uncles, my aunts, my grandpa, my grandma, everybody. And they just let it be because it was like a weekly thing. So whatever.
They knew you would work it out within yourself.
Yes. It was never physical though. So
Okay.
I like that. Because like as kids in Iraq, it was very normal to play physically and
Right.
harm each other physically. But us as cousins, it was never physical. It was just like yelling, cussing, you know, and that's it. Yeah, we cussed a lot as kids too.
That's good.
Yeah.
My childhood was physical.
Mine too.
No.
I would throw some hands, and it was always to rescue a little kid that is younger than me from a bully.
Shut up.
I,
you.
I swear I'm not kidding, because like my neighborhood, there were
take
so
it.
many kids, and it's because it hit
She cannot get into that mindset.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I
'Cause,
understand.
yeah, it would be like her people that I would be fighting. So that's why we're never friends as kids.
She knows me as a kid, so she's talking shit already.
I can't
Yes.
wait for this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, we'll get to that point, but yeah, my
I just sound a lot better right now
yes,
because I'm talking directly to the mic. I should have done that. I'm sorry, guys. I gave you a little bit of a trauma in my voice. I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Promise.
So yeah, as I don't know, as a kid, it was there was like a lot of little ones that are younger than me, like a year or two, and we all used to go to the whole neighborhood used to go to the same elementary schools, like across from our house, and there was a fight every single day, and it would be some big like guys and stuff bullying like a little one. And I was short as hell too, but I would like just be running.
You
and,
still
like,
are.
Yeah. God.
Little by little, y'all will know who Simpson is just by our description.
No, not that. Not even the description. It's her still being
Just
mean to me.
Just being a bully?
Yeah, she bullying me. Okay.
Like she wasn't. 15 minutes ago.
I wasn't. I was speaking facts. So let's not even get into that.
Okay. Keep
Y'all don't wanna
going,
get
knowing
into
the
it,
whole
'cause
neighborhood.
I didn't even want to get into it 15 minutes ago.
But the thing is that I was very aggressive. Still I am a little bit. Yeah. But
So you were the protector.
yeah, so whenever I come to a fight and whenever they see me, they're like, oh shit, like let's back up. And it's not only that, because I used to get older people involved.
Oh, you were
It wasn't me. It wasn't me only because I was short. But it was like that. They will know I was snitch. Like, don't even mess around.
She's a peacemaker that involves adults in the situation.
Yeah. But also
The protector.
But also I used to do a bunch of evil things.
I'm sure.
And once the teachers comes and stuff, I would act innocent and other people would get in trouble. And they would never know it's me because I was like a straight A student. So I'll never do that shit. So yeah, I was like on a good and a bad side.
Okay.
50-50.
So bad but covered up.
Bad but covered up. Yes.
In the school.
Yes.
Outside school, you're the peacemaker.
No, inside of the school too.
Oh,
but
okay.
outside of the school, like if you touch my cousins or my little friends and you mess around with them, you're going to get your ass beaten. I'm sorry. But yeah. You will, one way or another, by me or by someone else.
She'll find a way to protect that kid.
You will get, you'll get some hands.
That's nice.
Thank you.
So I have a bunch of cousins also my age, but my older cousins never wanted to hang out with me.
Older?
I'm traumatized.
Oh, I hate that shit.
But like,
How much
it was
older
fine.
though?
Like a year or two.
Oh, okay, that's not even old.
No,
Exactly.
that
But they
one.
would be like, no, you're young, blah, 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 whatever. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, fine. Like I was right in between. So I'm like right in the middle of like my older cousins, which are like 2 years. And then my other cousins are like 2 years younger than me. You know? So I was like right in the middle. So when they pushed me out of the older club, I would go hang out with the young ones, but I was the oldest one.
Yes.
So I would make them fight.
Oh my God.
Like I would go and tell one like, oh, they said this about you.
Gotcha.
And I would go tell the other one like, they said this about you. And then I would be like, get on top of the bed and fight.
I'll be here judging who wins.
And then I would be like, whoever wins gets $1. And then they would get tired of fighting.
Oh
And
my
I would be like, no, keep going.
Oh my God.
And I would just, you know, run a little arena in my aunt's room.
Honestly, I'm proud of you. She started working at a very young age. That's entertainment.
Exactly. I was born to be a star.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm proud too, but like I'm shocked.
Why?
I just didn't expect
She is so nice.
Because every time I like
But
hit you
you
by
were- okay,
joke,
listen.
you're like,
Listen.
yeah.
Oh, because I was not the one fighting.
Oh, you just watched.
I was just,
Sorry.
I was the judge. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Sorry.
The referee.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
See, okay, like me, I have always valued things that are funny. So my morals go away. If something is funny, it's gonna stay funny to me.
Okay.
Totally get it.
I
Thank
wish I
you.
knew you when I was a kid.
She would make you fight with somebody.
The best fighter, girl. We would have won. Would have made a good team.
Honestly, I had people place bets
Yeah.
on you.
That WWE, whatever the.
It is.
Oh my gosh, guys, my brothers would tag team me, like both of them at me. It was horrible. I hated that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then there was like a point, like I was the oldest, but they started getting like taller and stronger than me, and I didn't like it.
You kept losing, huh?
Yeah,
You gave up.
I did. I had to quit.
Yeah.
So you were part of the entertainment and the fighting when your brother got involved.
When it was like my cousins, no, but
Okay.
it was my siblings. Like you kind of had to. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I had to fight for my life at that
I
point.
agree.
For sure.
I agree.
What else?
I did fight a lot as a kid as well. Not
Physical?
even a kid, like elementary school and middle school, early middle school. Yeah, I stopped fighting and kind of chilled down end of middle school, you know? It's like, okay, I'm not a kid anymore,
Right,
you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to high school next year. So I'm just going to chill and be an adult kind of.
Yeah. You were here.
Yeah, I was here.
Okay.
And my first like 2 weeks in an American school, I got into a fight, a physical one in the bus. I swear, somebody was being racist to me.
It's
A group
always
of
the bus. I fucking hate.
a group of friends were being racist to me, so I just grabbed their hair.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I swear.
Did you win?
No.
But you know what?
But she did what she gotta do. She showed them that Iraqi side.
Exactly.
You don't mess with an Iraqi girl.
They just knew that they're not. I swear they stopped messing. Even though I lost, they just stopped messing with me.
Because
Yeah,
they knew
'cause
you
they-
were about that life.
Yes,
They
because
know
I
that
was
you're
gonna
not
start
scared.
fighting. Yeah.
And you started it, so it's always
No, it's they started.
No, I'm
the
saying as in like
physical?
The
Yes,
physical.
I did- I did
so
start
that
the
scares
physical.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my English wasn't that great, so like they would win if it's a talking
Right.
fight.
Yeah,
So
you don't
I
need
just
to-
had
You were
to
like,
get
you know what?
physical.
No, like-
No, I had to get physical. I
Yeah.
was like super mad, super childish,
Yeah.
But yeah, back home I used to fight a lot too. They almost kicked me out of school in Jordan.
Jordan, yes.
Like twice. They almost kicked me
Oh my
out. They called my dad twice.
Damn.
And my dad would be like, don't do that in front of like the principal. Don't do that anymore. I'll take you out of this school, and scare me. And then after we leave the principal room, he's like, good job. Don't let them mess with you. I'm like,
Yes. Literally.
exactly.
Oh, that's good. That's a good support.
Yeah.
My mom used to know. In Jordan too, I had a lot of like fights and stuff. My mom would be like in front of the principal and outside of the principal office. She's like, "Don't you never ever do that shit." And
Yeah.
I would get into another
No
fight.
way.
Yeah, it was always because of soccer. Cause like Iraq would play against Jordan, and I would speak. I never spoke in the Jordanian dialect. I would always speak Iraqi dialect because I'm from Iraq. I don't need to do anything, change my
Right, yeah.
accent and shit. And girls would be like, "Be careful today. You're going down." And I'm like, "I'm ready." And I would wait for them downstairs as soon as the school ends, and we'd beat each other's ass like real,
Like
real
it's a
bad.
schedule to fight.
Literally a scheduled fight. And then we'll get dragged to the principal office.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
goodness.
why y'all tripping? Like, I'm the only Iraqi girl here. Like, chill.
Yeah.
But it was all about soccer. It was stupid shit. But I grew out of it. Hopefully. I don't know.
I just remember one time. That's in Jordan, and I really don't remember it as clear. We got into a fight with some girl that kept staring at us. Like staring at us in a weird way. You know what I mean? Like she wants to fight. She kept staring at us. We keep telling her what she's looking for, and then she just looks us up and down and then leaves us. So it was me and like 4 other girls. The second day we went to school. Bottles of water have soap in them. Okay? And then we made holes in the bottle. And then every time she goes down the stairs with her group of friends, we spray them with that water and it would get into their eyes. We do not care.
Oh my God.
I swear. It would
This
put it
should
on
not
the
go public.
they would start running after us. We would put it on the floor so they get a little bit slippery. It was crazy. The whole school knew about it. My dad the second day was at the principal office in the morning, of course. That's just one time. Yeah. I would take like one of them was like used to wear hijab. I would take her hijab off and like grab her like hair and stuff. It was like a girls' school, so I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna
See,
do whatever I
yeah.
need to do.
I love that it was just girls. Honestly, some people be like, why aren't y'all mixed up? When it's only girls, oh my God, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
So much drama and so much shit that you deal with.
It's like you're going to the club, you know, not to the school. It's like, I'm going to a club. Only girls. Taking some education, but then it's the club. You know, we're on some kind of stuff.
Suspicious shit.
Exactly.
Every day. Every day.
Oh my God, the bathroom.
Yes.
Oh my God, the bathroom. That's where you smoke. You do all kind of stuff.
Yes. No, literally.
Oh my goodness.
It was
Like
was
cigarettes. It was known. You go to the bathroom to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Oh my God. Also, one time in math class, I was very bad. I'm sorry. But it's just like, I love those stories.
Say it. I'm all ears.
This is the title's not gonna be childhood's gonna be the bad that we did in our childhood.
I only really like and remember
like
my bad ones,
Yeah.
my bad memories. Like all the good ones is like, okay.
They're not as fun.
But yeah, I get it.
This is like drama, you know?
Yes. Okay, tell us the story.
Sitting in a math class, me and my friend kept chit-chatting the whole time. So the teacher had to separate us. We're sitting in the middle. She put me in the back. What did we do after class?
What?
Went down, took the air out of all the tires in her car. You know, like you unscrew it and then you just hold it. Yeah. And let the air out. All 4 of her tires. Just because she changed our seats. Honestly, I feel very bad. Because now I have a car and I know, like, you have to take care of it.
I hope she hears you.
Oh, I think she doesn't want to see my face. Honestly. And
did y'all get caught?
No.
All 4 tires?
She kind of knew it was us, but she had no evidence it was us. No evidence. Because she did something with us a second time. I don't know exactly what she did. And we keyed her car. So she's like, maybe it's them, maybe not.
You know what's offending me? That you remember all these
I do.
evil stories and you don't remember me in your childhood.
I don't remember you, honestly.
It's because she never did anything evil to you. Be grateful.
Excuse-moi.
I don't remember.
She did. That's a French right there. That's excuse-moi.
Can I tell them?
I do?
Hold up. You
What
can't.
did
Just
I
give me
do?
1 second.
What did I do?
You were bossy as hell.
That's not something bad.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't let me play the games that I want to play. You would be, Thuraya, how is that not bad? If I want to swing, you're like, no, you can't do that. And then you would drag me and your brother to do something else. And I don't want to do it.
Y'all could
She's
just
like,
leave
I
me
see
alone.
nothing wrong with that.
No. And she would not listen. She would only listen to older people. She wouldn't listen to us.
Yeah, I never listened to a kid. I don't remember. Nobody had authority over me but my mom, because my mom had tools. Equipment. Exactly.
You can tell them about the French. Make a fool out of yourself.
What
All
French?
right. Sorry, cool it.
I'm
Chill
sorry.
on me.
What are we talking about?
You'll listen.
Okay.
You'll hear it.
So in our season 1, we were talking about like where I kind of wanted to travel
Okay.
this year, and when I mentioned Italy,
I know there's a huge difference when you
my
switch
bad,
them
y'all.
up.
I didn't mean to traumatize you.
Yeah.
When I mentioned Italy, I swore that Simsim had said bonjour, and I was like, Simsim, that's French, not Italian. So in the last episode of We're Back, you were saying like, oh, like she came back a little Italian, and then Simsim in the background was like buongiorno, but I heard bonjour again. So I was like, Simsim, are you serious? Like both times you don't know that they speak Italian in Italy instead of French? And she came for my neck, honestly, and corrected me. So I'm publicly
Apologizing.
I'm apologizing.
Thank
to
you. And the first time was Italian too, because
it-
I've been to Italy, dumbass.
Sorry. So you know,
She knows the difference.
please,
Bonjour.
like, don't make me get on my knees and
Bonjour.
apologize.
Yeah. But excuse-moi was very much French.
She swears she's cultured. Anyway,
I am.
she's gone to Europe twice. One more time than I have.
I'm not cultured because I went to Europe. That's not the place to go to get
Well,
some
you're
culture.
speaking their language. So.
I'm from Iraq. That's all the culture that you need, girl. The oldest civilization on this
Amen.
True.
earth.
I'm not even arguing with you.
7,000 years. What you got?
You know, they're discovering things still in Iraq.
I want to go.
Because the river is drying and some areas are like out of water.
Yeah.
I mean, climate is changing. You know, they say so. If you
It
believe
seems
in
like
it, I don't know.
I don't know.
I definitely
of
believe in
course
it.
it
Me
is.
too.
What you mean?
I swear every year it gets hotter and hotter in Texas. And if it affects me, it should affect all of you.
A lot of people don't care, by the way. Do not care.
The storm, New York.
Oh my God.
That's
Burns
shocking.
from Canada. Yeah, imagine. Burns from Canada reached New
I
York.
sound dumb as fuck. I thought it was like a sandstorm. I didn't even read
No.
because it looked so much like sandstorms from like
It does
in
look
Iraq.
like-
the color.
You know, like if you go to the comments of those videos, some people say like Delhi in India is like this every day. There are, like there are certain places, like if you go to the comments, you'll see
Yeah.
like a bunch of people talking about a place that they've been to that is like this all the time.
Oh my god!
Imagine.
I mean, I could imagine.
We're talking
'cause
about
it's
New
very
York and
polluted.
Canada because like a burning happened in Canada,
Right.
like end of May, no, early June, I would say, early June, a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, so that's
Oh.
what happened, and we're talking about this.
It's in New York. It's in Maryland. Like it's going.
Yeah, the smoke got all the way to New York. I know people in Detroit and Michigan saying that they do have some smoke.
What was the burning of?
I think it's a forest.
Yes.
Yeah, a whole
Yes.
forest in Canada burned down.
My God.
Okay, and the smoke reached United States, a lot of the states. Yeah, in the north. And it's like it reached to a point where you can easily see the smoke, like the smoke is to the ground, you know?
Right.
It's not in the sky, it's covering the whole city.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
it's smelling
God.
like smoke in their homes. They have to wear masks. It's the whole thing.
Imagine the kids and the babies and the dogs and like all the people that do not understand that this is smoke. Yeah. Yeah, so everyone is wearing a mask again just to do what they need to do.
As they should. I
Yeah.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's just a bunch of things that are happening.
yeah.
Did you
Um,
guys ever like experience anything like naturally, like a natural disaster?
Back
your
home, it was
childhood?
sandstorms.
All the
Sandstorms
time.
that look just like the smoke storms
Mhm.
that.
That's why I thought it was a
Yeah.
sandstorm. It would look that bad. Like
Yeah.
very
Iraq would
orange.
look orange.
And your allergies would get really, really
Mhm.
bad. Like
And then after it comes down, like you can actually touch
Touch
it.
the sand.
Touch. I used
Wow.
to collect it because it was super thin sand, and I used to love it. I would collect it in a jar. I loved it. It was actually like every disaster, natural disaster that I encountered, I have so much love for. I don't know why. Even Harvey. I was so happy during Harvey. And I feel so bad for people that actually had, like, flooded. But I was so happy because life
Explain
stopped,
yourself.
Yes, life stopped. I
You paused
experienced
for a
it.
second. You're paused for a second. But yeah, for people that actually experience traumatic shit, like it's
No, it's
Right.
not as.
yeah. Hope
I'm talking about my experience
happen.
because I see it,
Yeah.
but I don't encounter it. I don't
Right.
really get affected by it. I'm sure it's a
Mhm.
different feeling if you get affected by a natural disaster. No, it's just I lived it through it. I experienced it. Nothing happened to me. Therefore, I like it.
Mhm.
I like that I was part of it.
I mean, I to me, is if it happens from nature, I don't care what it like. It doesn't.
Yeah.
As long as it is like not chemical, like the burning. That's not really like okay. Yeah, it is because of everything, but it's also getting chemical things out of it. So it's affecting a lot of people.
Yeah.
The fact that it got to New York, that's crazy.
And other states. New York is
Other
just
states.
like
And
one of the
surrounding
states.
like
Yeah.
it's
states, right,
insane
yes.
to me.
I'm sure it's still smoky till today because it only happened
Probably.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope it all goes away. Everybody feels better.
Yeah.
I hope so. Do you think it's natural? I really didn't research if
Yeah,
the burning
so
is natural.
Usually, I think burning starts from lightning in forests.
Yes.
And they can only put out so much.
Gotcha.
It's like, man.
So this time it was because of lightning?
I mean, that's usually how they start.
Gotcha.
Usually, like,
She's not sure of it.
nature-wise. And then, like, you just kind of hope for rain.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they just didn't get rain until recently, or...
Yeah. I think they stopped it physically, not with a rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I couldn't believe it, honestly. I was looking at the pictures and I had to read like the caption. I'm like, what is this? What is going on?
Yeah.
I thought it was edited. I seriously thought it was edited because like the first post I encountered about this is a post that is saying, I guess 2040 something is real. So I was like, nice edit. And then I read more and I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Because there is a movie that is already out and I think it says the end of the world 2040 something or something.
Oh, another
And
2012.
it's very similar
That was
to
such
the
a scary
images that they captured of New York in the same movie, you know, when it's dusty. So they're like, I guess the movie's right, you know.
Well, we're waiting on it. I'm still waiting on that
I mean,
2012
everything
movie
has an
because
end.
nothing happened.
But
everything has an
end.
end. I truly believe in it.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
We just don't know when.
yeah, I
Right.
just hate when they put a number to it. Do a movie, just don't put a number
True.
to whenever it's gonna
Well,
end.
they didn't really. They were like 2040 something.
No, I'm talking about the 2012 movie.
Oh, yeah.
That was a stupid.
That traumatized me.
Yeah, I was
Talking about
stressed
childhood
out
trauma.
I
because a
didn't
bunch
even
of shit
think.
happened to me that was bad that year, a lot, and I was like, okay.
It
I was in
Right.
high school partying, didn't even know,
No,
didn't even care.
I was still in Jordan. So.
Damn, that was like 11 years ago. Crazy.
And we're
Yeah,
still here.
it's insane.
Killing.
Okay.
Also, I got news for you guys. For everyone that cares about soccer, Messi joined a team in Miami. I don't know what team though, but he's gonna be playing in Miami, Florida. So if you ever want to see a game,
Miami was already expensive.
but Florida is #1 in real estate so far this year. So it's a great investment if you want to invest in real estate.
True.
Hit me up. I can still help you.
Hell yeah.
I'm serious. Florida is great in real estate.
But with everything going on with their laws and stuff, isn't there like a lot of boycotting against Florida right now?
No. If the real estate is booming, that's a big statement.
But they recently passed a law that said like that there couldn't be anybody that had no like legal papers to be there.
Oh, you cannot do that in Florida.
They did it.
Really?
Yes, that's why they're boycotting them.
They can do anything in America.
Florida cannot survive without the Cubans,
Well,
whether they're legal
well-
or not.
right.
Seriously,
But,
I think Cubans made
A lot of Hispanics left
Florida.
Yeah. And a lot of truck drivers are not delivering products to Florida because they
Oh.
don't want to get in trouble.
Oh
It's
my
like a
God, I
whole
had
big
no
thing.
idea.
Mhm.
Also, they could be doing that on purpose. That's the United States work, you know? They're kicking people out without papers so the people with the money can move in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do that.
Yeah.
We all know
Can
this.
definitely
Yeah.
be that.
But where would America go? It would go downhill because
No, they just tell them you cannot be in Florida.
Right. You can
Go to some
anywhere
other
else.
state. Yeah.
Exactly.
okay.
You know, like there are so many states that they would pay you, give you a check to move and live.
and it would be cold as it would be
Yeah, it would
not
be
good
unlivable,
to
of
live.
course.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just
But that's
I
what
That's
just
a
pisses
topic
me
for
off.
another
Yeah,
time, really.
Literally, because
honestly, yeah, because I would love to talk about things that I
Yes.
find hideous.
Yes, frustrating. Like
Yeah.
it pisses me off.
Yeah.
It has no.
There's this book. It's called The Law of Color.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I could not finish it. It was horrible.
it was making you mad.
It was making me so mad.
Is
so-
it?
It's the way the government set up where they wanted certain colors to live, Oh,
That should.
it
Yeah.
was
Is it
insane.
like enlighten you, or is it like it's a law that you should read about it? As are they on our side or as in?
Look, there is no law that is racist.
No, I'm saying
In the
as
Constitution.
I'm talking about the book. Is the book on our side, or is it like?
it's
someone that wrote it to justify what they're thinking.
No. It's our side, but also very just more educational. Like it.
Gotcha.
You can tell that they feel the author feels a certain way about it. Obviously, I believe the author is Black.
Okay.
But they're not pushing anything against you. It's literally just like, this is what was happening.
Gotcha.
That's informative.
You know? Exactly.
Informative. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. It makes sense.
Eye-opening.
Yes. Yeah. Things that you're not taught in school.
Yeah.
You know?
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember my history class, 60% of it was about Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
What is good about Christopher Columbus to study about him that much? He killed most of Native Americans. We only have 1% of them left.
Yeah.
What is so good to study about one person when you have a whole culture to know about and to learn from?
Here before him
that helped to build America, because
really, truly,
let's be honest, America would not be that good today without anybody in the past except like the Europeans that came in.
You know that also, like, it depends by the state too, like what we learn. So like my boyfriend is actually from Maryland, and he was like, we talked about Black history a lot, and I was
because of Maryland,
right? And I was like, but in Texas it was like 1 week, and
so true.
Let's move on.
Education is different from state to state.
I mean, I was in North Carolina, so it wasn't that much of difference.
But you were still in the South. Oh, North? Yeah, still a little bit.
I don't count North Carolina as South, but a lot of people be like,
I think
it's the South. It's the Southern.
So I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Not from here.
Although I think in the war, they were part of the North.
They're one of the 13.
Right. Exactly.
First. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a lot of slavery going on there.
Wild times.
Yeah, wild times. For real.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Honestly,
one day, because I like it. I like American history that is not in the school books, but I like the outside information that I hear. But we'll talk about it for sure.
Okay, going back to childhood, I have a question.
Okay,
who do you have as a person that you felt safe around as an older person, or you felt like protected by all the time as a kid? Or you go to straight up?
So one of my aunts, she's actually my dad's sister, but was my mom's best friend.
Aww.
Yeah. So she was always around, and like I feel like we're not very similar, but I swear when she would look at me, it's like she knew me, you know, like it was really wild, even like as a kid. And sometimes my mom would be mean to me, and she would like protect me, you know, like she'd be like, no, like you didn't see what she did, like you know, like she would be like, no, like she didn't do that, like you know, and stuff. And I loved her. I remember she made me a promise once, and I was like, who makes a promise to a kid and does it, you know? And then like a year or two later, like she was like, you remember I promised you, and it came true. Like she, you know, she made it come true. And I was just like, what? Like she really just saw me for me, you know?
I love that.
So, and it's still to this day, like we were texting earlier, like I love her. I can't say she's my favorite, but she's my comfort
the closest
person.
One.
Yes.
Ever since you were a kid.
Yes.
Aww. Mostly at childhood, right?
Exactly. Yes. Because now she lives in a different state. But as a child, yes, I would loved my parents. I would go to my parents first, but if my parents were not there, I knew that she was there.
Yeah. So for me, it was my grandpa, for sure. Yeah. He was my comfort zone. Every time I'm fighting with anybody, because, you know, I used to fight a lot, even with adults, honestly. I would get in trouble a lot, so I would just go to him. And he would protect me. Nobody can yell at me. Nobody can tell me anything, even if I am the problem. He would be like, it's fine. She's not. So he used to be my favorite. I would wait for him. And sometimes if somebody bothers me, I wouldn't cry. I would hold it. I would shut up. The minute I see my grandpa coming in, I'm like, let's start it now. I'll start crying. We can get into a fight. I know he's going to protect me.
Oh my goodness.
And he used to.
I love that.
Yeah. So I love him so much.
That's like such a great representation of grandpa relationship.
Grandpa
love, right?
Yeah.
Like,
anything I asked for, he would bring it to me. He brought me sheep. I wanted a monkey. He wanted to take me to go get a monkey. And my mom was like, no, I'll kick him out. I'll kick the monkey out. I'll literally let him out in the wild if you bring her a monkey. Aww. And for a whole week, it was back and forth. Let's go. And my mom would be like, no. And he didn't get me a monkey. He did not.
But he wanted to.
He wanted. Oh, that
sometimes
counts.
It's a thought
that that counts.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything, honestly. He was definitely my comfort zone. I couldn't think of anybody other than him. Yeah. How about you?
To me, it was my second sister. Even though she would literally beat my ass if I do anything. She was the one that disciplined me when I was a kid. And my mom would be like, she would call her if I do anything wrong. My mom is like, I'm not going to get up and beat your ass.
It's your sister's job.
I'm just going to call your sister and she'll do whatever.
And you were more scared of your sister.
Yes, because I couldn't say anything. Or if I would move, well, she was like, pow, pow. She would be like, are you trying to hit me back? I know you ain't trying to hit me back. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm not. I'm just protecting
It's just my instinct to move out of the way when dangerous.
But she was, even though all of that, and we were like literally always fighting, me and her, because we were very stubborn, and I had a lot of similar traits with her. We would always I would always run to her as a person that I need to feel comfortable around and stuff like that. And if anybody messes around with me in the neighborhood, she knows she was the one that would beat guys as an older version of me. You know what I mean? I was beating the little ones up. She would be the older ones. So if she walks out in the street with me, everybody would back up. No one would mess around with us. And one time, one of my friends messed around with me, and Fatma grabbed her from the. She was riding her bike, and Fatma grabbed her from her bike, and she fell off of the bike. She was like, "If you ever talk to my sister like that again, I will come to your house and I'll teach you a lesson." And the entire neighborhood watched, and I felt very powerful. Yeah, I was like, "Don't mess with me, exactly. Never."
Love that.
Definitely your savior.
Yes, till today.
Yes,
I know. She would come through at any minute.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with us. So
I know Sim since she was a kid, so I know exactly who she's talking about.
Yeah.
She is a savior.
She definitely is. Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I love childhood, honestly. I love my childhood memories. And a lot of it, I do not understand.
Yeah.
But I kind of understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like as we grow older, we start understanding why certain things used to happen. Like as a kid.
Reflecting back, yeah, for sure.
As a kid, if someone yells at you, you're like, oh, they hate me. But now you understand why it is, and you need to learn those lessons and stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
do you think it shaped you a little bit?
I'm against physical hit to kids
because you got physically disciplined before.
Yes, I know a lot of people that got physically disciplined and they are with it. They're like, oh, that's a good way to teach a kid. I'm against it 100%.
Gotcha.
But I think it shaped who I am today. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Because it made me, it made me tougher. Like, I need to survive on a level. And that's what my sister was teaching me. Honestly.
It's like you got your own stuff.
Yeah, you have to be
aggressive.
You have to be aggressive to survive at a certain level. Because we were in Iraq. It was a war. Yeah. And it was scary. And life was not the easiest.
Yeah.
So my sister was like, if you go to school and someone tries to because they were
rob
kidnapping and stuff. So she's like, don't be scared. Hit them.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I think that learning that with her taught me how to survive during these days.
Gotcha.
But not necessarily physical. I don't think it did anything to me.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Honestly.
I feel like because also you're a very reasonable person. I think even in childhood you had to be reasonable, so physical, maybe something that could have just been talked to you about, you would have fixed without the physicality.
I would have not. You tell me I'm stubborn now. I was stubborn. If I don't want to do something, I'll never do it. And no matter how, like, my sister would be trying to be my ass, and I'm like, I ain't doing it. And I'll look her dead in the eye. I'm not doing it, you know? So I think I needed that, that, you know?
So you're telling me if your kid was just like you?
No, I wouldn't. But I would make him or her stand in the corner and not move.
Time out.
I don't know. We don't know the effects of timeout kids yet. Like, you know, the kids that got timeout are barely kids still.
No,
so
my
we don't
cousins
know how
were.
they will be as adults.
My cousins
Really?
were. We are the same age, and one of them is a doctor now, and the other one is studying.
Who got time out and never disciplined?
Never.
Oh, okay.
There was a chair that my uncle would call as like, this is the chair. Like, I don't know how to say it in English.
Honestly, that's worse than hitting.
It is.
A hit can be a hit and buy, and you can
live with you
and live your life. But like, if like, time out,
but if it's not physical abuse, then it's mental.
Yes,
but it's not really like it.
It's definitely mental abuse.
Yeah, true, but it's not like I don't know. Physical is just, to me, it's a lot, because he would just look at the chair. He's like, "Do you want to act right, or do you want to sit there?" And they start acting right after a time, like after a period of time of them experiencing the chair, like they have to sit there for like 30 minutes and not move. For a child, 30 minutes feels like 30 years, you know?
For real.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm with that. I think my kids are gonna experience that.
I don't know, because I was a bad kid, so I feel like my kids are gonna be bad too, and I'm gonna have to smack them.
It depends, because one of my sisters was really bad. Her kids are chill. And my other sister was very quiet, and her kids are, oh my God. Yeah, it really depends.
It really just depends.
Yeah. So you might get a quiet kid.
I would love that, honestly. I love peace and quiet, God knows.
My mom used to always pray that I have the worst kids.
Well,
my mom would literally say, because of what you do to me, you're going to get back to you.
Every time I would do something bad, she's like, may God bless you with kids like you, you know, so like as bad as you are.
Yeah.
All the time, guys. All the time. So I'm really scared. I don't know what I would do. And I cannot make any promise, anything. I do not know what route I'm going to take. At this point, I have no idea.
Gotcha.
And that's why
I'm just gonna survive,
kids, because I can't wait for karma beating my ass.
Or what if they come out like her?
My kids? I would literally no, ma'am, no. I would drop them off at her house. She'll have to deal with them.
No,
you will. You sure will, girl. What you mean?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from your childhood, or do you think it affected you in anything, any decision that you think you will take in the future?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it shaped you somehow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that. Like, I look back and I'm like, I needed that. And I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Now.
You
Same.
always say that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, probably from the outside looking in, I know, like, some of my cousins weren't disciplined the way that I was either. So I feel like they probably think like, oh my gosh, like she's so traumatized, or like it was so rough. But my parents never took it too far, unless it needed to be that far. So it wasn't often, but each time, like, I understood exactly why it was happening. And like, I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, it was so traumatic for me to hear my parents say that they love me and hit me, but I understood why I was getting hit. I knew that it was for my own well-being. I knew that I did something wrong. I knew that because I did something, I deserved a punishment.
Yeah.
And I still agree with it now. So.
Yeah.
And just like to be saying it to people, like, because this is going to sound crazy. We were not getting beaten up, like abusing. No,
exactly.
You know? We weren't like, it wasn't
it's a form of discipline.
Yes. Yeah. It was just something like our parents were cautious when they were doing this.
Yes, of course.
It was just like the discipline.
Only, you know, in places that weren't going to actually be harmful.
Yeah. My mom always aimed for, you know. She was a good aimer. Aimer? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
How do you say that?
I want to say yes. Yeah.
Okay. She gets it at the target.
Yeah. Exactly. She hits the target.
Period.
Mission accomplished. Yeah.
Exactly. I love this, guys. About what? My childhood.
What did you learn? Like,
Mm, I think there are still a lot of things that I need to look back at and reflect, to understand completely. This like physical discipline, I am not traumatized. I used to get a lot of physical discipline, but I would know exactly. Like if I'm doing something bad, I know the consequences. So I chose to take that route.
It was always by choice.
It was always by choice, literally. But I also learned, or like it shaped me in a little bit, is like I was always allowed to say whatever I want to. So I'm glad that my family allowed it, and everyone around my family kind of allowed it too, for me to say whatever I want. And then every time somebody would stop me, my mom would stand up for me, like, no, she can say whatever she wants. So I think that also shaped me a lot, because I still do say whatever I want. So that's one thing that I know that I carried on ever since I was a child till now, with me. Other things, I don't know. I just have to reflect back and figure it out. But I love everything. I love my childhood. It taught me so much. I would never trade it for anything. Yeah.
Okay, last question. But like, what is like one core memory that you have, like, as a child? That's good.
A good core memory.
That's good.
That's good. Please.
So we don't take it.
I'm traumatized. Mine is like really little.
Say it.
Okay.
You say it so we can think.
I used to be like super friendly as a kid. Like literally we would go to McDonald's in the play place and I had to find a friend. Like I had to. Like it was just in me that I wanted a friend. And then I was the only girl. So I feel like I always wanted to play with girls because I just had brothers. So I remember like my dad was like, okay, like it's time to go. And then he was like, you always make friends like everywhere you go. It's crazy. And I was like, yeah, like whatever. Like, and he was like, don't ever stop. And
I you still do that. So true.
I really do.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that stuck with me. Like, and I have the worst memory, guys. So this is like one of the only childhood memories I have.
Aww.
But like that's like my core memory right there.
Oh, that's adorable. What do I remember? Maybe on a boat. Yeah, I remember riding the boat, crossing from one part of Baghdad to another, like from one part of the city to another. And then I think my socks got wet or something. I was dipping my feet in the water, got wet, but I still like that memory. And I do not know why I remember it. I do not know what's the point. It's just something that I remember I was enjoying, even though my socks was wet. And this is how I know it sucks to walk with wet socks. But yeah, honestly, that's it. I do not know why I was so happy during that time, and I still remember it. And I'm just like, I just like that memory. It's crazy. I like it. Honestly, I like that. I like that day, like that whole like trip. You know,
was
experience. Yes.
I know what you mean.
I'll never forget it.
That's cute.
How about you?
To me, it's hard for me because I have really good memory with my childhood, so I remember every single thing, and I have a lot of moments. But I think the most one of them is one of my neighbors. He was like, I think he was 16 or 17, and I was 6 or 7 when I wanted it to buy a bicycle. And he told my dad, he was like, I'll teach her how to ride a bike. And we would go out every night, and he would teach me how to ride the bike. And he, I don't know, I just remember how he used to like trick me to think that he's holding me while I'm riding the bike. And he's like, oh, I have, like, he would hold very tight so that whenever he's taking his hands off and I'm actually pedaling, I don't feel it. And I would look at the shadow on the ground and I wouldn't see his hand around me, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I fall, and I always mess up my knees and stuff. And every time I saw him in the neighborhood, I just felt safe. I don't know, Because he even like the first job he got, he knew that I liked like lemons and chocolate and stuff. He would get me a bag full of things every day, and he would knock on my door and he would give it to me. He was literally my like older brother. Like I love him till today. Every time I remember, like it was a very good like relationship. And because we didn't have a brother, it was only girls. When my dad used to travel to work, he would be the one that would like knock on our door every night to make sure we have everything and we're good and stuff. So I think a lot of my childhood memories had to do something with him being in it. And I don't know. I just miss him. I don't know. I just remembered him now. I miss him. It was
that's adorable.
Yeah. It was like a brother that I've never had. So yeah, it was cute.
And that was it for our childhood episode.
Childhood / so many other things.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know. So many other.
But that's how it goes here.
Yeah,
exactly.
Y'all already know.
Everything and anything. We said that from the get-go.
Thank you for being here, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, I'm going to start charging for shout-outs on the pod.
Why not?
So I have a shout-out right now for Tweety. Y'all don't need to know who it is. Just know it. I'm giving a shout-out to Tweety.
Okay.
Tweety.
Okay. It's shout-out time.
Bye. So hit my DM. I don't charge that much, but inquiries in my DM for a shout out. You know, we got at least.
Tweety got a shout out.
Tweety
you can too.
Bye, Tweety.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Tweety.